Hi girls! Yay, I am so excited for this. I am so excited to share with you guys what I have learned since starting about being duplicatable. I'll give you girls just a couple minutes to hop on. Well, hello Jenna, my upline and biggest cheerleader. I just am so excited to share this with you girls because I started, here's a little bit about me. My name is Juliana Schweitzer. I go by Anna. I actually haven't said Juliana for a long time, so that's weird. My name's Anna. I am a Ruby Monarch, so that means last year my team had $16 million, which was incredible. It was just a crazy year. So yes, please comment below where you are tuning in from. I love to see all the different states that you guys are in, small towns and everything. So yes, I started about a year and a half ago. Small town girl. I am in a town of 1,000 people in Nebraska. So when girls say that their town's too small, I am proof that it's all about who you know, social media, and how hard you're willing to work. So when I joined about a year and a half ago, I was a stay-at-home mom. I had done hair for about 7 to 10 years, honestly, I can't remember. But I did hair for quite a few years, and then I decided when I had kids to stay home, and I loved it. But there was something missing. I love being home with my kids, but I also, seeing 8 to 10 girls a day doing hair, I really missed that interaction with women. So when I saw Jenna Clark, I'm sure everyone knows who she is, my upline, my bestie friend, start selling this lipstick that didn't come off, I thought, you know what, that would be super fun. Just something to do. I did hair during nap time. At the time I had a 1, 3, and 5-year-old. So I literally did hair while my kids were sleeping. So every friend that I did their hair from, I said, you know what, you are going to have to be patient. I will do your hair. I will do it cheaper, but I also have kids sleeping. I mean, I did so many things while I was doing their hair. There were kids like upstairs that were pooping in their diapers. They were running down the stairs. I was chasing them around while I was foiling. So my customers love me. My clients love me. But yeah, so I just thought it would be something fun. So fast forward, I signed up. I posted about it on Facebook. It kind of started taking off, and I was nicknamed the Demo Queen. I actually had Leslie call from corporate. Was it Leslie or Ashton? One of those girls called from corporate and asked how I was selling so much product, and I literally was just demoing, and I was just doing lip sense. All I sold in the beginning was lip sense because I didn't really know any other products that existed, and I'm sure a lot of you are the same way. No idea that there was more to the line. So yeah, they called. I was so honored that they called. Well, later I found out that they thought I was selling on Amazon. So that's kind of embarrassing that I don't know, that I was like so honored and they didn't. They were just like, oh my gosh, she's got to be selling illegally. But I just had a lot of people that love lip sense, and I wanted to get out there. So I'll make this story short, but this is an important part of my story. So 2 months into selling Senegence to Lip Sense, my husband was let go from his job of 10 years. And it was so hard. I was a stay-at-home mom. Like I said, we had barely making ends meet. And so when my husband got let go, we had no idea what we were going to do. I had just started doing Senegence. My second paycheck was $2,700. And I just remember looking at my husband saying, oh my gosh, babe, like this is what God wants for us. Like this opportunity is what is going to help our family. Lipstick, of all things, lipstick and makeup is keeping our family afloat, and we're now living off of this. So that was pretty incredible. But yes, 2 months into it is where I really started running with the business. It was incredible. So I went from what my friends like to call me professional butt wiper to makeup queen overnight. So I am going to be talking today about being duplicatable, and I can tell you right now, I am the queen of making people feel comfortable, because I'm one of those people that, like, goes up to meet you and I like trip over the curb or I spill my pop all over myself. We actually, if you think this is my picture, this is not. I'm in a hotel this weekend. We took our kids to the Holiday Inn to play at the water park this weekend. Just a little early Christmas present. I don't know if we're going to do much for gifts, so we just thought it would be fun to bring them. So yes, I'm in the hotel with my ring light, and honestly, I was nervous what the maid would think when she came in and saw my ring light. I'm like, we're not making videos, I promise. Like, well, I am, but not like good videos. So yes, I'm talking about being duplicatable, and I want to show you girls. Okay, so being duplicatable with your team and honestly with your customers too. You want to make sure that you are showing them that you don't have to be perfect to be in this business. You don't have to do demos perfect. You don't have to know everything about the product. You just have to want to have fun and want to show them the opportunity and want to show them why you love the products. I didn't sell as much as I sold by telling them what ingredients were in LipSense. Like, those are great things to know, but that's not what you're going to need to know right off the bat. So make sure that you are just sharing your passion for the product with everyone that you meet. So I want to show you one other thing that I share with my team when I go live. You're going to laugh. Can you see? I actually have my pajama bottoms on. So I say party, you know, like professional at the top and party on the bottom, which sounds interesting, but I like to be comfortable when I do my videos, so I'm not going to sit here in like tight skinny jeans. But yes, so you can be duplicatable too. When you make your videos with your team, you can show up in your pajamas. You can show up with your hair not fixed. I forgot hairspray this weekend and I'm a hairstylist. I literally am like dying, but this happened with no hairspray. So just know that you do not have to be perfect. Perfect never changed anyone's life. It's not going to change your life. It's not going to change anyone's life around you. Perfectionism is not going to change your girls' lives. If anything, it intimidates them. It makes them feel like they can never hit the mark. You want to make sure you're being real, duplicatable, relatable with all those people around you. That's super important to me because it's really easy in this company to get intimidated. There's like the most beautiful women you have ever met, and literally at conferences I'm like, oh my gosh, I love her outfit, oh I love her hair, oh her eyelashes, oh my god. So, but it needs to come from a place of we were all created beautiful, and just finding the beauty in each other and not comparing is so important. So yes, know that you're all beautiful, and we just need to own the beauty that we have and share it with others. Honestly, do not try to be perfect. Like, it's not going to get you anywhere. I can tell you, I have not got where I'm at by being perfect, and all of my friends know that, and I am like the most unorganized person ever, so I wish I was more organized. Okay, so I'm going to go into being duplicatable. So yes, obviously you need to be duplicatable with your team, with your customers, because if you are, so what does being duplicatable mean? Duplicatable means doing things that either your customers, as they sign up, can do, or your team can do. If you do all of your live videos with perfect lighting, perfect clothes on, no kids running around, that is not duplicatable. A lot of lives my kids run in. One time they ran in like half naked. So just making sure that like they know that they don't have to be doing all these things. A lot of people don't go live or they don't post a selfie because it's never up to their own standards. If you are being live on your page, your downlines and your girls underneath you, they get to know you and they want to see you and who you are as a person, not who you're trying to be. So making sure your live videos are something that others can create. Your demos, the first demo I had, I knew LipSense, but I didn't even order one coral color. I don't wear coral, I do now, but I didn't at the time. So I felt like such a dork. I'm like, oh, I don't know, like, do you need salmon? Like that one's coral. So I ordered it in. I'm like, oh my gosh, that is not the coral she was talking about. So your first videos and your first parties and those sorts of things, make sure you are telling your team, I have came so far since I first started. Make sure you're telling them, when I started, this is what happened. Or my first video was this. You guys should see my first selfie. It's like, I literally can barely like look at it. It's so horrible. But at the time I was like, woo, let's rock that selfie. Yeah. Praline Rose, a little out of my comfort zone. But so just know that you can teach your girls to do what you're doing, but you have to be doing things that are something that they can do. A big one for me too is like signing girls up, making sure that you're being duplicatable with signing girls up. You want to make sure, I know that it's not in the rules right now, but Joni does frown upon, you know, giving gifts for signups and those sorts of things. And I do agree with her, because I feel like if you are going to be giving gifts for your signups, or you're going to pay for their sign-up fee, that shows them that they are going to have to do that, or that's what you did for them, so they need to do that for their girls. And then they're going to be like, well, I could sign up 5 or 6 people, but I don't have the money to pay for their signups. So maybe I'll just wait till, you know, I make a little bit more money, and then I'll pay for people's signups. So you want to make sure how you run your business and how you're doing your signups and how you're doing your demos is something that your downline can follow, because you are setting that example for them to follow you, which is so important. Yeah, do not give gifts to sign up. And this company is all about building relationships, and you don't build relationships with people that you don't feel like you have a connection with. And so you want to make sure you're telling them where you came from. I can't believe how many people don't know that I was a stay-at-home mom, and we literally couldn't barely pay our bills. We were getting into so much debt that, and we literally, when I first signed up, I don't know if I had bought a new outfit for months. I mean, we had kids back to back to back. And so I was either breastfeeding or pregnant for like 6 years of my life. So I don't even think I had, I mean, just a couple months ago, I finally bought, maybe I should admit this, like 200 people are watching, just bought my first like real bra that wasn't nursing bra. And I haven't been breastfeeding for like 3 years. So that just goes to show you that I'm a creature of habit, and if it's not broken, I usually don't fix it. So we just took our Christmas lights down a month ago, and I also still have a fireplace drawn on up that was up from last Christmas, so we just left up all year. So I'm just a creature of habit. So yeah, you just want to make sure that you are doing things that other people can be doing and other people can be following. Obviously still respecting who you are as a person, as a business leader. One of the best things I heard from one of the women that we had at one of our corporate trainings was coaching your girls, leading by example, but also, so if your girls are constantly asking you questions and you're answering every single question underneath you all the time, maybe you need to be turning it around to, how would you respond? If you had one of your downlines asking you, you know, how much a lip sense color is or a gloss, what would you tell them? Would you tell them to like look in the book, or would you just tell them? So creating those girls that are going to be leaders for their teams, and not just people that are going to be, you know, soaking all the life out of you when they ask you question after question after question. Making sure that you're being smart with your time into replying a lot of those questions. We have so much information out there between our customer page, or between our leaders pages, Pearl Junkie page, any page. We're all willing to help each other. So just making sure you're being smart with your time. I just feel like being duplicatable is so important when it comes to, especially like even product knowledge. And when you start, girls, they see where you're at now. Just like my parents always say, you're not going to have the house we have right now. It's taken us 25 years to earn that money to build the house that we have right now. Our generation, I think, just wants it quick, easy, fast right now, when in reality, we didn't get to where we're at right now by just sitting back and letting it happen. Like, I worked my tail off for 1.5 years. And when I first started, I had no idea what was possible with this company in the beginning. I had no idea how hard I would work, but I also had no idea how amazing the benefits would be too, and just the women I would meet and the lives that I would see changing. And that makes me emotional because I think of how many girls underneath me that are literally living different lives because of this company. So finances aren't everything, but what you make definitely determines what you can do with them. And I love to see that. I love to see that in my girls. So another part of being duplicatable is making sure you're setting some structure in your team. And that's a lot coming from me that's not organized. But I know it's really important to have, your team meetings set up. When you do your demos set up, if you have every Thursday night you do a demo, it's a lot easier for you to say, okay, I've got my demos every Tuesday and Thursday, like plug people into those demos. And then as you have new girls launching, you can either bring them to one of your demos or you can consolidate one of your demos into their launch. So if you have 2 nights a week you're doing demos, it's a lot easier to put those people in there than it is to be like, oh, I don't know when we can do your launch. I don't really have, anything set up. So just being aware of that, making sure you're having those monthly or bi-weekly team meetings that you're doing. That's not only going to bring girls together that they can know, so you can meet them in person, you can give them a squeeze, you can tell them in their eyes that you see potential in them, that you see something in them. That means so much. So those team meetings are so important to actually get together and do that. And then if you have new signups, they can come to your first team meeting, and plugging those people in, making them feel like they belong somewhere, that they're part of your group, that you've seen them, holds them way more accountable than you just meeting them through Facebook and then messaging back and forth. People are going to do more when they feel supported more, or where they feel like these people they're going to see at the team meetings, they're going to see these people start growing in their business, and they could be the only one left behind. And so they're going to be a little bit more encouraged. Well, they started at the same point as me, so I need to start doing this so that they, I can catch up to them. Or, I'm super competitive. You guys will laugh at this, and I know Jenna's watching, but I have tried to catch Jenna Clark since she started. And I know right now she's got a killer team again this year. So, but that has been something that has kept me going. I'm like, okay, I got to do this. Like, I got to catch up to her. I got to get my first line big, like those sorts of things. I want to bring girls in. But she's an amazing upline too. Have your girls to look up to. So I'm super blessed in that area. But yeah, making sure you're setting a structure for your girls. Another thing that's really important is leading by example, doing what you preach. So making sure if you want your girls to have the car, to be locked into those $750 a month payments, like we all, I love my car, but I really hesitated getting something like that because I was nervous. But then I knew, you know what? If I get the car, that's going to make me work even harder. So that's something that, you're setting that example. My girls all see that I have a Senna car, and they want that, or they want to work for that, and you tell them how they can get that, or they see you going on trips and they want those trips. So just making sure that you're doing what you preach too. If you're not out there running your own business and demoing and wowing and booking and offering that Senegent's choice, they're not going to do it either. They're not going to see you being active. And this is one business that it's not a pyramid. You don't get to the top and you just sit and wait and hope your team continues to sell. This is a company where you have your own business, and we bring people into our business alongside us so that we can all develop our businesses together. I love that in Senegents there's no top dog that you can never catch up to. The way they've set it up is that I really could outrank Jenna, which that will probably never happen, but the thought is kind of fun. I know, would be more than happy, because if you outrank the person above you, their paycheck gets higher. So there's incentive for everyone. But yeah, just making sure that you're setting that example. Yes, Jenna, I'm going to like that comment right now. Yeah, so you're setting that example for your girls underneath you. So when I first started, being duplicatable for me really came from the place of seeing Jenna, and I saw that she wasn't a huge makeup person, and I thought, you know what, if Jenna can try this makeup, I can try it too. And I had a really good eye-opening experience. So I went to our small town bank, and it had been a couple months that I had been selling, and I kind of started feeling a little bit like I had been comparing. Because I was like, oh, girls are in bigger cities, they have bigger opportunities. I felt like every time I left my house, now that I sell Senegence, I need to have makeup on, I need to have my face perfect, I need to have my Lucy bag, I needed to have everything perfect. And one morning I was rushed, I ran into the bank, I literally had ugly sweats on and a sweatshirt, my 2-year-old on my hip, my hair probably wasn't fixed, I think I had lipstick on but not a whole lot of other makeup, I think I had a hat on. And one of the girls, who is now one of my downlines, whom I love dearly, but she said, you know why I tried your lipstick? And I'm like, I mean, it's awesome, but no, I really don't know why you tried it. And she goes, because you were just a normal stay-at-home mom that looked great sometimes and that looked like you had some rough days. And it spoke to me because it just made me think, like, people, if you appear to have it all together and appear to be perfect all the time, that is not approachable. Like, I don't know, just making sure that you are real and you're showing that things are not perfect. Like, life is rough. Like, life is not easy. And I will be the first to tell you that right now. My family's gone through some things lately that is not easy. And, but having our community of Senna sisters who support each other is so important, and so important for people to see us, that we don't have it all together all the time. So that's, I mean, I don't know how far that goes out to be duplicatable. I mean, I don't want to tell you that you need to look like a hot mess 24/7, hot mess express showing up at the bank. But just give yourself some freedom to be okay, to be you, Like, that's why we're in this business. Find out who you are, how you recruit, teach your girls to find who they are and excel in those areas. If you recruit online, great. If you build your team in person, great. If you build your team through YouTube, great. Like, we all are our own people and we're all going to do things differently. But in the end, if you are doing things that you can do, that your team can do, and that you can teach them how to do, that's going to be the golden ticket at the end, and we can support each other through that. So I went over, I kind of went on a rant there. So, but I think a big part of being duplicatable too is just the process. I know Kristen is going to speak on it, but that wowing people, booking, demo, and direct, like, those are the basics of your business. And so making sure you're teaching your girls how to actually run their own business is so important. You don't want to just teach them how to build a team, because you can build a team to a certain extent, but your customers at a certain point come out of, or your team comes out of your customer base. Because I know, like Leslie said, you always need to keep your customer base growing, because that is potentially where your team comes from. So you want to make sure that you're running your business, you're teaching your girls how to run their business, and they're seeing you run your business, because that's so important. And we all have our own individual, unique personalities that are going to bring people in. What brings one person to sign up with me might not bring another person to sign up with me. They might be like, wow, she's super honest, she's a little out there, she's gonna drive me crazy with her I personality, or her like super extroverted personality. Maybe they want to sign up under someone that is not going to talk very much and just be super quiet. So you just never know what your story is going to attract. If you have a struggle you're going through, or if you're a single mom, you might attract, I mean, that's somewhere where you could go on YouTube and you can share your story of being a single mom, and you may attract a lot of girls. to sign up underneath you, because you've gone through what you've gone through. They're going to connect with you better. So you definitely can't duplicate a person, but you can duplicate what they're doing. So just making sure you're not comparing yourself to your upline or your downlines, that you are taking what they're doing, and you can do that also. So just making sure people know where you started. I should look at the time. So another quick note, this vest feels like it's like 100 degrees in this room. And so we got back from the pool and we all took our swimsuits off, and I think my husband turned the thermostat up to like 100, because I think I feel like beads of sweat running down my neck. So yes, and it's a little intimidating to be in front of, like quite a few girls, but yeah, the vest is super cute. Anna Patricia Boutique is so fun. But yeah, so I wanted to speak about being duplicatable, just because I feel like it's really easy as women to, a big part of being duplicatable, I feel like, is not comparing. And so you want to be duplicatable, but you want to make sure that you're not comparing your story and your journey to other people's, because the minute you start to compare is when your power is taken away. You take your focus off where you want to go, and you take your focus out here. So you want to make sure that you're focusing on your goals, your dreams, your desires. They're going to be different than everyone else's. So you want to make sure that you're focusing on where you want to go and not where someone else is going. So that's super important. A few of the things I did at my demos. So yes, being named as demo queen, I did a lot of demos in the beginning because I knew that that's where my money was going to come from. I knew that's where my team was going to come from. So I wanted to make sure that I did a lot of demos in the beginning. I got demos. I didn't do any demos for the first 2 months. No one. I couldn't find anyone to hold one. Just by asking on my Facebook page. And so now, or at 2 months, I started saying, you know what? My friends and my family that want to support me in this business, I know, don't maybe necessarily want to hold a demo for me, but they will because they love me. And so I started reaching out and asking girls that I love and girls that I knew that were going to support me. And it was a little easier when my husband lost his job for them to want to help a little bit, maybe, because they were like, they're going to have to sell their house and move to a farm shack. I don't know. So I just started asking people to hold demos for me. And it wasn't the word demo, making sure that you're saying, hey, do you want to do a girls' night? I'll bring the wine. Honestly, in the beginning, a lot of times I didn't even tell them that I was going to bring lip scents, because not many people, I don't know, even cared that I sold it maybe in the beginning. And so I just brought my bag along with me, and we'd just sit around, drink wine. They'd be like, you guys should try this lipstick. Oh my gosh, it's awesome. And so then they'd just try it. I'd be like, don't buy anything tonight if you don't want to. It's totally, I don't even know if I have stock or whatever. I just made it super laid back. And then from each demo or each party, I tried to book at least one, if not 2 parties off of that. So you have a consistent party going. So you're making sure that you're using that one party to either get, personal discount girls to sign up, people that want to run with the business to sign up, and then parties. That's where you're directing your business. Is so important to direct them to, have a party, sign up, or personal discount. So making sure, so that's how I got a lot of my demos in the beginning. Every demo I had, I booked at least 1 or 2 demos off of that. And I needed the money so bad that I was like, all right, how's 3 days from now look? Sound good to you? Because it sounds good to me. I'll go buy the wine. We needed that money so desperately. And then all of last year, my husband started a fabulous welding business. So he does all custom metal work, and he loves it. But he is now retiring from that business because he wants to be involved in this family business. He wants to help with the kids. He wants to help with my books. He wants to be invested in a business that is changing women's lives. And he'll still probably do some metal. He's like, I'm a dude. I can't do all lipstick stuff. I got to work on cars and be a man, So he's going to do some of that stuff too. But he ultimately is very invested in this business, and it makes my heart so happy. And I've apologized that God is changing women's lives through lipstick, you know, because I'm like, I'm sorry that it's not like a health and wellness company that you could like be a little bit. He's like, I'm proud of lipstick. I'm going to learn how to do makeup. I'm going to be the best makeup artist ever. I'm like, oh, okay, we don't need to go that far. But thank you for helping me. This is amazing. So yeah, it's been an incredible ride, but just making sure you're doing those demos is so important to your business, because you're not only going to meet and build that connection with those customers, build your connection with, build that network, because this is network marketing, making sure that if you've exhausted your network, you haven't. You maybe have exhausted your network, but your network has networks. And so you need to be making sure that you're asking, hey, I met your friend at one of those parties. Does she have some friends that would be interested in Synergens or Lip Sense? Or can I just use your face to learn how to contour? That's been a big one for me lately. I've literally like been, I mean, I was a stay-at-home mom. I went to school for hair, but they taught us how to do makeup, but I didn't really know what I was doing. Before this, I'd never even worn lipstick. Never. Not to my wedding, never. Naked lips all the time for this girl. So I am still learning. I am still learning how to contour. So it has been so fun. So I've been asking girls like, oh my gosh, like, can I use your face to contour? I just want to see what makeup would look like on you. And then I just do their face and they leave. And it's so fun, because then I get calls back the next day or a couple weeks later, and they're like, oh, what makeup did you use on me? Like, I really want to buy whatever you used on me. So just knowing that you don't have to make those sales right away, you're just planting seeds in all of those people. You're planting seeds every time you post on your customer page, even if it's crickets. You're still, I mean, think of when you're watching other people, like that organic coffee or whatever. I'm like, oh, I don't need organic coffee. Oh, it does this for you. Oh, no, I don't need it. Oh, it does that for you. Oh, no, I don't need it. Like, how many times do you tell yourself no before you're finally like, okay, just give it to me. I'll just try it. I'll try it once. It'll be fine, you know? So you have no idea what. I watched Jenna's page for 2 months before I finally said, okay, I'll try Bombshell, which I tried, and I signed up to sell without even trying the lipstick because I'm super impulsive. But if I would have just bought Bombshell, I don't know if I would have even liked it, because I'd never worn lipstick, so I felt like it looked weird on me. But I loved the technology. I loved that I could put it on and it didn't come off. So, and I'm sorry, I haven't been reading any of these comments. I just know there's a lot, and that makes me feel super loved. I had my 3-year-old do one of my videos on my team page last night, or a couple nights ago with me, and he died seeing all the emojis. He's like, emojis, Mom, I love emojis, and they're all, oh, hearts, and all. It was so cute. So, I mean, I'm the same way. I love heart emojis. So, yep, the more no's you get, the closer to your yes. And so, yes, the 100 no challenge is a great thing to do. But just be you. Get out there, do some things that you know your team can do. Set some structure in your planning. Sit down at the first of every month and write out your calendar, what you want to do every day for your team and for your customer page. I guarantee it will take some time writing out your calendar, but it will give you so much clarity when you sit down every day and say, okay, what am I going to do today? Okay, I said I was going to do a live video today, and I also said I was going to message 5 of my new customers, and I was going to message 5 of my first downlines. So if you have that every single day, you're not going to say, oh, I don't know what I should do today. What should I post on? Go through and get your inspiration. I look through Pinterest. I listen to Sarah Robbins. Is it Sarah Robbins? I don't know. I Google her and that pops up. I listen to multi-level marketing all the time on YouTube just to be inspired, because our business is incredible. So making sure that you are motivating yourself, you're being inspired, and then teach your girls to do the same, because if they see you rocking it, they're going to rock it too. So, thank you girls for watching today. That's about all I had for you. Oh, and I need to do my favorite thing. I'm sure you'd love to win my pajama pants, but I don't know. I got them as a gift and I don't know where I got them. But this is what I'm giving away today. Can you see this cute? I wear this literally with like everything. It's my little cross necklace. And for me, it just reminds me, I mean, of being a princess, but it also reminds me to be true to who you are as a person. That we are a daughter of the King and how much God loves us, and that all he asks us is to be us. He doesn't ask us to be anything special, but he loves us for who we are. And so this is what I want to give away. And I didn't bring one because I'm in the hotel, but I'm also going to give away a Sassy Z because, I mean, why wouldn't you want to give away the lip color that you created for your daughter? And she thinks she's a Senna celebrity now. She's like, Mom, everyone knows me now because I created Sassy Z. I'm like, I think I created it, but yes, I created it after you. So she's so cute. Someday she's going to be a teacher and a lipstick seller. So thanks to you girls for being great role models for my daughter. I love that. But okay, so what question can I have you answer? Because what we're going to do at the end is we're going to scroll through this one question, all these answers, and then we're going to draw for the winner. So what do I want you to answer? What's a fun? How about what is your favorite quote? That would be great because that could be like inspirational, but also like funny if you have a funny quote. Or an inspirational quote or something like that. My favorite quote right now, let me see if I can get this right, is, are you gonna let the way you view your circumstances define who God is? Or are you gonna let God define how you view your circumstances? That's my favorite thing right now because I think it's really easy. Life is hard. No one's life is perfect. No one's life is easy. So if you're looking at your life and thinking, I wish I had someone else's life, it's so not true. But are you going to look at your life and say, this is so hard. I don't think God loves me because I'm going through something hard. Or are you going to step back and say, I know God loves me. And because he loves me, I know I can get through this with his help. So that's what I'm going to leave you with tonight, girls, or tonight. My family's all at the movies. They went to the Star. So Jaren took all the kiddos, my 3, 5, and 7-year-old now. So leave your comment below with your favorite quote, inspirational quote, go-getter girl attitude, and we will draw for the winner of this necklace and Sassy Z. Thank you, girls. Love you all. Have a great Saturday.